Any views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by the journalists and guests are solely that of the journalists and guests and do not reflect the views, opinion, policies, or positions of Positive Lifestyle Management, LLC. Greetings, brothers and sisters, men and women all around the world. Welcome to another episode of the Blueprint Reveal. I'm your brother Fiji.
I'm your brother Blaylan. Plenty much love.
Plenty much love to the masses out there, man, to the movement. So tonight we're gonna get into the Blueprint Reveal. We're gonna get into episode 9 of the Blueprint Reveal, and we're gonna be dealing with warning, the written law on page 28 in the blueprint. So everybody, y'all get y'all blueprint out and let's get to study.
Yes, sir.
Now, last week we supposed to did the blueprint reveal last week, but due to the fact that some other issues occurred, we was unable to do it. Also, to understand that we have a event coming up November the 18th in Jersey. So we're gonna try to get the blueprint reveal out. We're definitely going to try. So let's get to work. Warning: the written law. Too long have we toyed with pleasant but unproductive dreams. Now it is time to deal with the hard facts of our condition. All right, gloves are off. We finna deal with the hard facts. There will be no missing no words. We ain't finna do none of that. Finna get
Dealing
to
with
the
truth and
hard facts.
facts.
Truth and facts. See that? Truth, facts. PLM.
That's what we believe in. That's what we stand on.
The vision warns us. What is a warning?
Caution. Take heed. Precaution, better yet.
So if your car come up with that warning sign, that means take heed.
Danger ahead.
Danger ahead with this car. So if you out there on that highway and you see that warning sign pop up, you better get somewhere and get to a mechanic ASAP.
Yep.
Okay, so this is what it's been telling us. Cautious, be aware, be focused. This is a warning sign.
To be aware is to be alive.
The vision warns us that there are many who hope and pray that pray for our destruction. For instance, let's go with former Senator of Illinois, Kirk. He said his goal was to lock up 18,000 members of growth and development. That what his goal was. Senator Kirk. Well, he's no longer the senator no more. The lady Tammy Duckworth took his spot. That was thanks to him making that statement. All of that 40% apathetic vote in the state of Illinois. Y'all showed up and removed him. Rather than assist us in our growth and development, they would lock us away and swallow the key.
So that means rather than help us better ourselves and our conditions, they rather use our conditions against us to get rid of us.
Why? And we're going to get to that. That's the question. Why, if you know that we are striving to change, why would you not want us to change? Why? Just think about that. Why? If you know we striving and you know that we seeking, that we saying, hey man, we striving to do the right thing. We striving to live the ideal, the true idea of growth and development, not a dream of American dream, but a true, tangible, reachable ideas of growth and development.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't peoples want that?
That's a good question.
In their minds, we are class X human beings and they are blind to our needs. They no longer
Class
view
X.
our class X. In Illinois, they have a class X law, and that law
Mm-hmm.
carries 6 to 30. So they looking at us, they also looking at us in this sense that X'd out human being. We just X'd out. You know what I'm saying? We
You
don't.
know
Uh huh.
what's crazy about that X ideology is that when treasure hunting, X marks the spot.
Yep.
America's economy is sustained off our backs.
Always
So
have.
we're their treasure.
Yes.
Always will be until we make a change.
Yep.
Now, in some ideologies, the term X means unknown. If
Uh
it's
huh.
unknown, it's not even relevant. You can't even consider the well-being of it.
Right.
And they call it what X human beings.
X class X human beings, and they are blind to our needs.
Mm.
They no longer view our situation as being worthy of effort to rehabilitate. They don't see that because it's not profitable for us to be rehabilitated.
You said not profitable,
No,
so it
if
doesn't
you are,
serve them a benefit if we change.
no, what benefit is it going to serve them if we
If the
change?
wealth of the country is built off our backs, if we change or our condition changes, then they lose their wealth.
They use their wealth.
So it wouldn't profit them if we change.
No, not at all. Not 1 second, not one bit. Let's keep going.
Okay.
The vision warns us. The vision warns us that in the minds of many, building a prison is comparable to the business of warehousing, where human lives as the commodity in trade. Build it, they'll come. If they don't
Yeah.
come, we'll pass a law to make sure that they get here. And we're going to get the very peoples that represent them in their community to help us pass this law.
Mm.
You know why?
Why that?
Because we are not knowledgeable of enough to know who we sending to represent our interests. So the very peoples that we send to represent our interests are also the very peoples who is profiting off our incarceration.
That remind me of the Bill Clinton situation. What they call that law he passed or he solidified? The crime bill was it?
Yeah, that was the 1994 crime bill. I think it was
Yeah.
1994. I think it was 1994, if I'm not mistaken, or 94 or 96. It's one of them. When he got in there, they passed that crime bill.
And we voted for it. It was all vote that got him in office.
Yep. Yep. And under Bill Clinton, he incarcerated more peoples in his 8 years than any president in the United States history.
You know what's crazy about that moment?
When
Because
he
a
got
lot
it,
of our people referred to Bill Clinton as the first black president because he smoked weed, played saxophones on Arsenio Hall, and had the Monica Lewinsky situation.
yes.
That
Not
was their
only,
idea of black.
yep. And he the main person that perfected the 1984 crime bill law that Reagan and Bush passed. So when he came in, he perfected it. He locked us in. He took away the habeas corpus procedure when a person could, prior to him passing that crime bill,
Hmm.
you can file as many habes as you wanna. When he came in, when they passed that bill, you was only getting one shot at the federal habe. And if you missed that one shot, that federal habe which is a 2255. in the feds and a 2254 in the state, which also means a post conviction. Excuse me. If you missed
Hmm.
that, you was out. You was done. You was
You had to
done.
sit and do your time.
Man, you got to sit until you find a way out.
Dang,
That's the
that's
deal, man.
crazy.
So it says entire communities, entire communities are rallying in favor of building such warehouses in their area. Like colonial American slaves being delivered to their new owners. These warehouses for ex human beings are the fashionable thing to build in any rural community.
Okay, now I remember there was a time when they were building what's called private prisons.
Are they still building them?
They still doing that?
Yeah, they still got private prisons going. That ain't
No.
over with.
Oh shit. My bad
No,
on
that
my
ain't.
language.
The feds up under Obama
Uh huh.
stopped doing business with federal with privatized prisons. It was an executive
Okay.
order. But when Mr. Donald J. Trump got in there, that executive order went out the window. It's business as usual.
Back to the profit margin.
You better say it.
Mm. So we clearly see that what's going on with the prison industry is a modernized form of the slavery system.
Exactly. So now let's get to this here.
Hmm.
Let me show you how this operates. United States of America has 300, as of November the 10th, 2023, the United States of America has 340,652,233 peoples in the country. That's 5% of the world's population.
Hmm.
But
So
it's
America has 5% of the world's population.
5% of the world's population.
All right.
But America has the highest number of prisoners in the world. China has 1.41 billion people. You hear what I said, bro? One
Yeah,
point
I'm doing the mathematics.
1.41 billion peoples compared to 340,652, 233 peoples, right? Look at them numbers now.
Hmm.
So that means China has over, let's go roughly 800 more million peoples than the United States.
Okay, so China is way more populated with
E-
people than the United States.
Exactly. Over 800 million.
Okay. All
All
right.
right. Now, the United States has 2,068,000 peoples incarcerated. China has 1,690,000 peoples.
Okay. All right. Hold up. Because there's a lot of numbers right now, so bear with me. So China has more people populating this country than America.
Exactly.
But America has more people incarcerated than China.
Exactly. America
Okay,
has 25% of the world's prison population.
hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait.
America has more people locked up than any other country in the entire world.
Okay. Okay. We make this make sense to me, right?
Yes.
America has 25% of the world's incarceration.
World prison incarceration. Yes.
Okay, but America as a whole only makes up 5% of the world population.
Exactly.
So we have more people incarcerated than we do that populate the world.
No, no.
Okay, give me clarity.
We have more peoples incarcerated in
Hmm.
this one country than any other country in the world. 25, the rest of all the countries in the world, bro.
Right?
All the rest of the countries in the world that has a prison population, right?
Uh huh.
That equals 75%. It's
Oh, so
one
all
country
everybody else in the world together
equals 75% of the world's prison population. The United States make up a quarter. Okay,
by themselves with nobody else adding in. United States make a
nobody else. Okay, nobody else adding in. United States has 25% of the world's prison population.
damn. So that means we got more people locked up than anybody else on the planet. Period.
And anybody else on the planet, period. China is second with 1,690,000. Brazil is three with 800,707. India, which has more people than anybody, any country in the world, India only has 478,600 people locked up. Russia,
Damn.
everybody talk about Russia now. Russia
Hmm.
has 471,490 peoples.
Damn. I would have thought the more people you have, the higher your prison population would be. But clearly, that's not the case.
No, not at all. When you have peoples rallying for prisons to come to their communities in the United States, they rally for prisons, bruh.
That okay, rather mean they asking for it. They want prisons to be built.
We want the prison. We want the prison. We want a prison. Build it
Damn.
here. We got the land. We got this here. We'll lease you this land for 100 years. Because how often do a prison shut down?
I'm trying to think of one that has. I can't think of
TAM,
one that has.
TAM shut down in Illinois. TAM's was a
Hmm.
supermax. They shut that down. I think Tams was open for like 14, 15 years or something like that. They shut it down. Maybe you know what I'm saying? But they shut it down after they opened it up. They opened it up in like 98, 97, 98. And they
Hmm.
just shut it down in the last, I think it stayed open like 20 years or so. I think it stayed on about that long. You know what I'm saying? And they shut it down because it was sinking. It was all messed up. But anyway, back to the study.
Hmm.
The vision warned us that many abandoned farmers have now found relief. Let's build a prison has become the final solution for the economic woes of numerous rural communities. See,
Hold up. Okay, hold up. Because we mentioned farmers, right?
yeah.
Okay, that's where we grow our food supply. So if the farmers find it more economically beneficial to have a prison built on their land than produce food, right? That in turn creates a food shortage. Now,
See, here's the
go
thing,
ahead.
bro. In a drive any rural community, right?
Hmm.
You will see a large open spaces, man. Just land, just open, not it's not being used.
Right.
So the county and the cities in those little rural communities, they will build a prison, bro, in a community, man, that only has a population of 500 peoples. And guess what else
Mm.
comes? Guess what else comes with that prison?
What?
Walmart, Kroger's, McDonald's, hotels, uh, 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 all type of eateries and things of that. You know why?
Why?
Because our people's gonna come visit us. And when they come visit us, they need places to stay, right?
Yeah.
They
They need
need
places
places.
to eat.
They need places to eat. And then if you come to the prison and you ain't got the right clothes on, they gonna send you back up out of there and have you go to
Or Walmart to get the right clothes.
go get the right clothes.
Damn. So everybody has their hand in that.
Everybody got their hands in it, bruh. That's why if you look on the New York, Michael Jordan even invested in prisons and privatized
Ma-
prisons.
the
Smith
basketball player
Barney,
Michael Jordan.
yes, yes, Michael Jordan, Smith
Man, man.
Barney,
The dude
Smith
whose shoes we
Barney,
be buying.
Michael Jordan, man,
Wow, that's
it's
crazy.
profitable, man. Smith Barney, Mastercard, Visa, all of them invest in prison. Pepsi, Coca-Cola, all of them they invest in prisons, man.
I know Bob Barker did because he was making the shower shoes now for the prisons.
So everybody is invested in prisons, man. They got a sign. They be having signs up, man. Always vacancies here, boy. We got you. Come on. We got a spot for you. Even if we got to put you in the gym, we'll take the gym and put bunk beds in it and make space.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. The vision warns us that in prison, as in any other business, the main objectives is to keep an abundance, overcrowded, and constant recidivism of supply of commodity, poor ghetto youth that is in demand.
Mm.
Now, watch this.
Talk to
Why
me.
you think they'll keep you in prison until you old, broke down, and on your last leg? You know why? You know why they let you out then?
Why?
Because you're costing them more money because your health. Because now, the older you get, the more medical treatment you're gonna need. And the more medical treatment that you need, that's more
Hmm.
money. Because we know how costly it is for medical out here in
That's true.
society. So what do they need?
They
They
need a
need
fresh,
they need
fresh
a
stop.
fresh start. So they go get the 17, the 18. They get them when they're young. That's why the Illinois they had the Class X law where they was charging they was charging our youth that was younger than 13 years old as adults. So they know if you get them in they 13, you keep them 50 years, they 63 when they get out. So you ain't killed off a whole generation. This young man ain't had no children. This young man could have been a community activist, could have been an asset to the community, and whatever. So you ain't
Hmm.
destroyed that. That's been destroyed.
And then when he go out, he not used to society, can't function in it,
He
and
can't
then can't
function
even
in it.
reproduce.
He
Mine
can't
almost
reproduce.
gone.
Mind gone. You know what he'll do?
With that,
He'll go back to prison
that's
because
all he know.
that's all he know. He can function in there. Why you think so many people's come home, bro? Include myself. When we come home, we be messed up, bro. We be messed up. When I came out of prison, bro, I'm
Hmm.
50, I'm 56 years old. I've served 33 years of my life inside of a prison cell. And not one time have I received any help for PTSD, anything. You in search of time? Get out.
No debriefing, no nothing.
None of that.
So
We
whatever
gonna give
traumas you experienced or whatever things you had to cope with is just figure it out on your own.
we gonna give you some we gonna give you some pre-start. Couple weeks before
Mm.
you get ready to go home, you're gonna have to go sit down. They're gonna try to help you get your social security card. They're gonna give you all this stuff, right? They're gonna try to help you get all that. That's after you ain't done 15, 20 years. But prior to that, it's all up to you, bruh. It's all up to you.
Understood.
Otherwise, you will end up with empty, non-profitable warehouses. So that's why our rehabilitation, that's why our success, that's why our striving for growth and development is not profitable, because you have a bunch of prisons that's just empty. What if all street organizations,
Mm-hmm.
all the members start saying, hold on, man, we in the same boat. You're not my enemy. And we start focusing on building our communities up instead of wiping each other out. What would happen to the prison system? Now, let's get it understood.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just ain't gonna do right. So you're gonna have prison, but you won't have as many prisons the way you got it.
Or prison population the way you have it.
Exactly. Them places to be shut down. How is
So
it, bro?
go ahead.
How is it? Think about this here, bro. How is it that United States don't even have 400 million peoples in it, but it has 2,068,000 locked up? Do you I per 100,000 peoples, right?
Mm-hmm.
With United States population, with the prison population that they have, do you know the percentage that is per 100,000 peoples?
No.
That's it for every 600, for every 100,000 peoples, right?
Uh-huh.
629 are locked up.
629.
Yes, per
Okay.
100,000. So if you got
Okay.
100,000 peoples, right? 629 of them is locked up.
So I'm gonna put it in financial status, right? If I had $100,000, that's equivalent to somebody coming and taking $630,000 from me.
No, 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 because you ain't got
Hmm.
$630,000. You got $100,000. So they
Okay.
can't. So that's them coming to take $629 from you for every $100,000 you got.
Uh huh.
You finna lose 629 of it. And you know how much you gonna be in loss?
Over the
If
course of time,
if
yeah.
you if you got if you got 340,652,233 million dollars, right?
Hmm.
And you losing $629 per $100,000. For every $100,000, you losing $629, right?
Hmm.
You know how much you ain't been in loss?
How much?
$2,068,000.
Damn.
That's how many people's in the United States locked up, bro.
Damn. That's a
So
loss.
that's a loss.
You know, if that was a business, a lot of business wouldn't stay open after that kind of loss.
Losing 2 million? Yeah. And what? No,
Somebody had
you
to answer for that loss.
yes. Back to the study.
Hmm.
It says, however, the paradox of prison as big businesses is now peoples are given extended sentences. Many are held indefinitely beyond the original stipulation of their sentences under the old law. Okay, in Illinois, they had a law, and it was the C number law. That's why they about to talk about the C number pick. They do a bunch of C number guys, right? Mr.
Hmm.
Larry Hoover is a C number. Mr. Melvin Haywood was a C number. All a lot of them were C numbers. They got locked up in the 60s and 70s, right?
Hmm.
They was giving people's extended sentences, bro. So just say if your sentence carry 3 to 7,
Hmm.
Your sentence will wind up going now. If I'm up on the extended sentence, extended term, your sentence will wind up being 6 to 14 in Illinois, man.
Is that
And
legal?
up under the Illinois law, Illinois got a law, bro, called the Habitual Criminal Act. Under the Habitual Criminal Act, they give you life.
Mm.
Now, I'm trying to get people to understand how much money is being made off of us, man. Our youth are killing each other. Then the system is killing them. Because when many of them go in, they young, they ain't even tapped into their manhood and their sexuality or nothing, right?
Hmm.
So you know what they do? Because you know, when you was 17, 18, 19 years old, boy, you was at your most horniest state.
That's facts.
So now
They call
take
it a
that,
jackrabbit phase.
man, you was jackrabbing everywhere, humping. I want my wabbit. I
Yep.
want my wabbit. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So now just imagine you taking a young man like that
Hmm.
and you put them in prisons. They don't have no proper guidance around them. And all they see is other men wanting or pretending to be women.
They gonna
Why
go
you
for
think
it.
why you think you got so many of them youngsters, man, that's laying up in prisons, man, in them jails, man, messing with homosexuals? Man, this is by design, man. This is not by no coincidence. It's not by no happenstance. This is by design. Everything that's occurring is by design, bruh.
With socio-economical induced.
And do so social economically and say social economically induced slavery or poverty.
Hmm.
And in this sense, you can put slavery there. Because you're taking ghetto youth, locking them inside human warehouse. Now, and what you're getting is modern day slavery.
Mm.
Let's ask ourselves another question.
Uh-huh.
13th Amendment. All right. Let's look at that 13th Amendment. What do the 13th Amendment says?
I can't quote it verbatim, but I can paraphrase the hell out of it.
It says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crimes whereas the party shall have been duly convicted shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction.
So slavery can't exist unless you convicted of a crime.
If you convicted of a crime, man, you're actually a slave.
That explains the whole going in, taking your name from you and giving you a whole new identity.
You are not when they come to that cell or they come to wherever they giving you your mail or they asking you who you are. What they asking you for?
Your number.
Your number. I got two of them. My state number, Illinois state number is N52696.
Damn.
My federal number is triple one 52033.
My state number 208954.
That's you
I
say
ain't been
that
like, why the hell I remember that shit so fast?
because you say it so much, bruh. They don't care about you a number.
Yep. That's crazy. I haven't said that number in years and still can spit it off top of my dome like I never forgot it.
They don't, man, listen. You say that number so much, you never forget it. Man, you know how many times I know them numbers. I don't you start breaking them down because you start making them simple for you. Look how I just broke them numbers down. Triple one 52033.
Yep.
N5. 2696. That's all they care about. They want your number. You a number.
Inventory and stock is done by numbers.
That's what we are. Inventory and stock. How much inventory do we have? Oh, we need more inventory. How much in stock now? Oh, the stock is getting low. We got to build the inventory back up. Okay, let's go write a new loan.
Mm.
They not selling crack no more. You know what we gonna do? We gonna give them meth.
That go down, give them fin.
You know. Oh, no more meth. All right, we give them fentanyl. Matter of fact, we gonna mix fentanyl and crack together. Now, fentanyl and meth together. So they changed the crack laws in the feds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you start seeing a bunch of poor ghetto men and women coming inside the Federal Bureau of Prisons for methamphetamine. Now the meth has hit inner cities.
Mm.
Man, this stuff,
That's true. That's
man,
it's
this stuff is
flooding.
real, man. This stuff is not fake. People think this, well, you can just get out here and get yourself a job. You get a job. You spinning your wheels. If you're not trying to be an entrepreneur, all you're gonna be doing is working from paycheck to paycheck, tearing your body and your mind down.
Facts. I'd have
And
had two jobs and was still going through a bind.
we all go through binds. I'm going through a bind right now.
Yeah, me and you both. I relate to that part of the struggle 100%. That requires a different level of movement.
It's a it's
You have to actually reinvent how you think.
yes. Now I'm gonna say this again. It says, however, the paradox of prison as big business is now peoples are given extended sentences. Many are held indefinitely beyond the original stipulation of their sentences under the old law in order to guarantee the employment of friends, family, and constituents of local politicians and legislators. Now, do we see why it's important, man, that we know who we sending up to represent us? You don't send nobody to represent you just because they look like you, or just because they can get on a, or just because they can get on the saxophone, wear some shades and get on the saxophone
And look cool.
and look cool.
So we have to know not just when to vote, what we're voting for, but most importantly, who we're voting for.
Exactly. You got to learn their records. What is their record? It's easy to do. It's easy to do a background search and a background check. I'm not finna vote for nobody, man, just because they look like me. Look at Clarence Thomas.
Oh, facts. Facts.
Look at the snitch called Al Sharpton.
Facts. Jesse.
Jesse Jackson is
The,
the same. This Jesse Jackson. This is a lot of stuff. People get on here get to talking about Jesse Jackson and all that. Jesse Jackson is the same person that told the feds on Jeff Fort now. Because Jeff Fort said, hey, man, hey, Jesse, man, y'all got to kick back to the community, man. Y'all coming up in here, down with dope, up with hope. We got to do this. Hold on, y'all get all this money out of the community. My
yep.
mama, my mama was a member of Operation Breadbasket. That's where he initially started out at. I used to play with his son, Jesse Jr., down in the basement when they used to be having their meetings down there. We were kids.
Mm.
Jesse got rich off the community back, left the community in the shambles that is here, moved up and made Operation Push. From Operation Push, it was the Rainbow Push. So now we including everybody. It's a rainbow. Jesse wind up with limousines, Armani suits on, a big old pretty mansion, extra outside, extra married to children, and left the community in shambles.
Mm.
And then told the feds on Jeff Ford that his life was in danger. Because they told him, man, you got to kick, man, you got to give back.
Help the community. You
Help
in the
the
community
community.
talking for it. Help the community. Don't just talk about it. What we need to do, help us do it.
But these are the things that people don't realize. I don't care. Ain't nobody finna come up to me, man, with no slick Willie talk. You know what I call Jesse Jackson?
What that?
He like a lawyer that Amber Lamb's chasing lawyer. That's what Jesse Jackson them is. They chase the next civil rights case that's coming up. Oh, down with dope, justice for all. They go get him. Hey man, keep them quiet. That's what you do. Keep them quiet. We're gonna give you what you got
Mm.
coming. Keep them quiet. Al Sharpton with that perm. Keep them quiet, Al.
Pacify the people.
Yes. We're gonna give you what you want. We're gonna make sure that you get on MSNBC and get your own show called Politic Nation. Now look where he at, and look where the community is at.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's make it make sense, man.
And you right. I
Deplore,
can't argue that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I ain't had a thought.
deplore that these legislators will have the general public believe is that such drastic changes in the law aimed at poor ghetto youth will make streets safer and deter crime. All right, that's true. They always do that.
I heard that
Every
campaign before.
every election cycle, they always talk about crime, crime, crime,
Tough on
crime.
crime.
Get tough
Reduce
on
the
crime.
crime rate.
It's going to deter. We're going to make the sentences harder. It's going to deter crime. How much crime has been deterred? If a
It's
crime has
been an
been deterred,
increase, if anything.
no. Okay, I'm gonna say this here:
Mm-hmm.
crime is decreasing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if crime is decreasing, why is there still so many people in the United States of America locked up?
If crime is decreasing and there's so many locked, that means they ain't letting nobody out.
Somebody getting out. They getting them out. They letting them out, but they're coming right back.
Mm.
Why? Listen, bro.
Talk to
They
me.
did they did a study with some rats, and they knew, and they put it, and they had cocaine, and they was had it, whereas the rats was coming, and they was uh uh uh, uh injecting that they weren't injecting the cocaine, but the rats was messing with the cocaine, right?
Right?
But you know what the rats kept doing?
What?
They kept coming back. 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 That's the same process with us, but it ain't about us using cocaine. It's about the conditions in our community. It's about the conditions of our minds. It's about us not understanding the true essence of what growth and development is. It's not, it's about us not taking the time to sit down to study, to learn about ourselves.
Not
Because we
having a
don't
proper education.
not having a proper education, not understanding the values of economics, not knowing anything about politics. Everything in this world is political, bro. Don't ever forget that. The money that comes through our community, to our community, comes through what?
Political
Politics.
campaign. Yep.
The finances that comes to our community, or don't come to our community, comes through what?
Politics again. Political campaign.
Social development, the things that is socially, the social growth and development or the lack thereof of our community comes through what? Politics.
Politics again.
The way we talk, the way we walk, what we eat, what we watch, everything is political, bro. And we
So
do
the science of politics is deciding who gets what and when or
who,
how.
what, when, and where, and how. Most importantly, how we get it. That's why it's so important. We look at politics like, man, that don't count. They want us to say that, bro. They
So
want
when
us
we
to
say
say
that,
that.
we start suppressing our voices. That's the apathetic vote that comes in.
That's that 40% apathetic vote that our great brother, Mr. Larry Hoover, was saying back in 1996 on the Ghetto Boys tape. the resurrection.
Mm.
That's that 40% apathetic vote. Because you know, the first thing we get discouraged. Why you think they start gerrymandering things? And then when they do get somebody that's uh, come from the community, they go up there, they gonna buy them off because they crooks they all crooks. They stealing. That's why what we have to do, bro, is start grooming our own politicians from the womb.
People that actually understand the condition of our community, why it exists, and have solutions to make that change.
Hmm.
So that means we as a community have to truly accept the reality of our economical condition, our political condition.
And our educational condition as well as our social condition. We got to accept that reality, bro. We got to take on the concept of organization, man. Because long as I'm like this here, I can smack you. Sometimes if you watch that smack, that smack thing they got on YouTube, you can get knocked out with a smack, right?
Yep.
But it's a smack.
The effect
But if
ain't gonna last as long as if you
you
unite
ball
that
your
and
fist, man, you ball
yeah.
your fist up, man. That's powerful, man. This is what we are. This is the way we are right now. We everywhere. We ain't united. We ain't this. We're not that fist. We holding the fist up. But
Hmm.
this is us right here. We ain't
We
nothing
just
but
going any direction at any given moment in time.
man, like the river. We like the water, bro. I'm giving it to you in the raw. Since they want some hard, cold facts, we're gonna deal with the hard, cold facts, bro.
Let's go.
This is the farce. Am I right about that, bro? You know I'm blind
Yeah,
too.
FARCE.
This is the farce. This is a farce because crime is not being deterred. The streets
Mm-hmm.
are not any safer, and the only real benefactors are the unemployed farmers of rural America. And this is
I'm gonna add
this
this fact.
and now okay, and add this to the fact that over 65% of prisoners nationwide are black and Hispanic. 90%, whoo, Lord have mercy, bro. 90% are poor. And it seems that America's prisons are fast becoming the final solution to society's social inequalities. As Black African Americans, our present situation is comparable to the Jews of Hitler's Germany. In order for Hitler to pull off his final solution, he
Mm-hmm.
simply changed the laws of his country, thereby making it legal for him to imprison the Jews massively. Sounds familiar? It should.
You should. Mm.
Now,
Bro,
well, what did the
I
Jews do?
compared the two
Uh-huh.
about Hitler's changing the laws in order to mass incarcerate the Jews and how the laws were changed in order to mass incarcerate all communities. Now, it's the exact same process. The only difference is Hitler was just, once he got them in there, brutally just murdering them, as opposed to once we get in there, it's a slow death process.
Slow death. You still dying, but they gonna make so much money off of you because when they go into the legislature, they allocate so much money to the system.
So, in essence, the American system perfected Hitler's plan.
No, Hitler got it from America
Really?
because This plan has been through slavery. Hitler wasn't even around when slavery was around.
Damn.
This the same plan that it was, man, in 1732. This the same plan it was in 1619. This the same plan. Why was the Civil War fought to free the slaves?
That's what was taught.
No. I don't want what was taught. What's
Hard truth? Nope, not at all.
the hard cold facts and the hard cold truth to this here that the Civil War was fought to preserve the Union. You know what happened, bro?
Talk to me.
The North wanted in on that free labor that they had down here in the South. That was
Mm.
free labor. Then the North wanted in. And you know how the North got in once they won, once they did the Emancipation Proclamation. But the Emancipation Proclamation didn't free the slave. The Emancipation Proclamation only said any areas that the Union wasn't in control of, that the slaves was free. But if the Union was in control of that particular area during the war, they wasn't free. The slaves wasn't free. If you was in rebellions against the United States or the Union, the North, then the slaves was
Hmm.
free. But if you wasn't in rebellion, then the slaves stayed. Why you think Maryland, Delaware, Kentucky, and Missouri, slavery was still going on during the Civil War? Because Delaware, Maryland, Kentucky, nor did Missouri secede from the Union. They stayed with the Union. They never seceded from the Union.
Damn.
So slavery was still allowed to exist.
So that's like people saying, all right, if you rocking with me, you can keep doing whatever you doing. We ain't tripping on that. But now if you're not rocking with me, you got to cut it out.
Yeah, cut me in and cut it out. I won't in on that. Like what Frank White said. If it's a nickel bag sold in the park, I won't in.
That's what he said. Damn. So the system that we're in, the condition that we're under, has been a process that has gone throughout time, just changing its form to fit that day and time.
And it makes you think, yes, that's what it's all about, bro. It's the change in imageries of psychological slavery, bro. The change in imageries of psychological slavery, bro. It's still the same thing.
Mm, that's crazy. Yeah, it's time for a re-education.
All right. The vision warns us that if no one is made aware of the long term effects of such blatant judicial ploys, generations of poor youth will suffer and perish for years to come. Therefore, the vision is to reverse the negative trend of premature death, incarceration, and recidivism that has wrapped around our youth like a hungry serpent. For this reason, the vision has awakened a new concept called growth and development.
Mm.
It says the vision has awakened a new concept called growth and development.
So, in order to reverse the premature death, recidivism, and all the various other situations that the system is called, there has to be a process of growth and development that leads us steps, stages, and degrees out of that condition into a higher plane or a higher a different reality than what we know, basically.
Exactly.
Mm. So, okay, if we refuse as a community, as a whole, as a people, as a mass, to take on a new concept, a new idea of how our communities are organized, then we are doomed to repeat the same cycle over again,
What's the definition of insanity?
to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
There you go.
Mm.
We'll be insane. Ignorance is curable. Stupidity isn't. If we
That's
constantly doing
facts.
the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result, well, we stupid as hell. So if we're coming out here constantly still trying to sell drugs and do the same thing when the game is fixed, we dumb as hell, man. But we can go inside of a prison, right?
Hmm.
We got all kind of hustles inside that prison to make sure that we okay. We got all kind
Yep.
of hustles. Some people's doing laundry, some people's doing floors, some people's running stores, some people's teaching people how to exercise properly. Everybody got a hustle. Everybody is doing something.
Make belts, all
Make
kind of
belts,
stuff.
make everything. But then when we come
Draw.
out here, we don't even use the skills and the talents that we have. We go back to doing the same things that we think we are good at, but in reality, we're not good at it. Because if we was good at it,
Never
we
would have got caught.
never got caught up. But we'll come
So
back
in
out
S,
here and do the same thing.
so in S, okay. As an example, go to prison. We develop this skill or this trade or this talent that produces a lucrative financial gain for us. Then come to the streets and neglect every step, stage, and degree of growth and development that we achieved inside the prison wall to go back to what sent us to inside prison in the beginning.
Yep, and I can tell you that because I was one of those ones. People would think that I've been to jail a whole lot in my life because I spent 33 years of my life in jail. I went to juvenile once. One time I went to juvenile. I spent 2.5 years. I did 2 state prison sentences. I did 3.5 years flat. Then I did 15 years flat off a 30-year sentence. Then I went to the feds and I did 13 years off a 15-year sentence.
Wow.
That's a lot of time, bro.
It is.
That's a lot of time that a man had done in prison, man. And I'm doing long stretches. But then we have our brothers who will go out and come back, come back. You know how many times I've seen people go out and come back, go out and come back, go
Yeah,
out and come back.
I know I have. I was trying to figure out how the hell y'all keep coming back.
Man, I am not going back to prison. Let's get this understood. I am not doing the same things that I was doing in the past. I refuse to.
So you got rid of your old concept of thinking because it didn't have any answers for you.
Well, no answer for me. It was answer for the prison, for the United States prison industrial complex. Yep, he come again. How long we got him this time? Oh, he got 30 years this time. Ooh, we got him for 15 years.
Mm.
Man, I'm finna send my children to college off of him. And guess what they say it costs them to keep one of us in prison on a yearly basis?
Not much.
They say it costs them over $33,000 to keep us in the feds per inmate, per prisoner. $33,000 a year. And we don't see no $33,000 a year. But you know what they say that goes
No.
toward the officers, your health, this, that, this. They giving you used shirts. They give you when you first come in, they give you new draws, new shirts, new socks, 3 pairs of each, new this, new that, right? They're gonna give you
Mm-hmm.
old clothes. They might give you one set of new khakis. They're gonna give you a couple old sets of khakis. Then when you start trying to go get other clothes, they're gonna give you old shirts, old drawers, somebody else in wore. You know what I'm saying?
Slavery for real.
Slavery for real.
Dang. Yeah, it's time to make a change. And it start with us.
Yep.
We can't depend on nobody else to make a change for us. They showed us they're not gonna do it.
That's in the teachings, man. The 1981 letter. Go read that. It's telling you, if we sit around here and think that somebody else gonna come in here and do something for us, make a change for us, man, we're gonna still be locked away in prison, man, to grow old and useless.
Well, let a new day be upon us.
2024 is here. We are on the business. We're not gonna stop doing the business. It is what it is. The blueprint reveal is gonna open up unlock all the doors. We finna unlock your mind because a lot of y'all brains been locked.
Mm-hmm.
We finna unlock your brains. We got the key, and the key is this is the key right here.
That's facts. It tells you in though.
So we finna unlock your brains. So this has been
Free the
another
dome.
episode of the
The
Blueprint Reveal
blueprint
podcast.
revealed.
I'm your brother Fiji.
I'm your brother Blaylan.
And man, thank you all for everything that y'all do. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everybody that's participating in the community. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peace.